Should be working. Here it is. Mm. Okay, check on your end. I believe we are live.
Refresh. Yep, we're live.
Okay, what's going on, guys? How you doing? This is the first time we are running live before the opening bell. Every day we're going live together, Daniel and I, and we will discuss the market, basically doing the preparation for the trading day, including indices and stocks from the news. We will cover all the dirt of Wall Street so you will know exactly how to trade the best way this trading day. And today, and before we'll dive right to it, let me introduce myself. In case you don't know me, my name is Michael Katz. I'm the CEO of MIKI'S. I've been trading for the last 15 years, day in, day out. I can easily say that I've seen it all: bear market, bull market. I trade it all. And basically, after a good few years that I ran big companies here in Israel, Nostro teams, and built and developed the day trading, the biggest day trading department here in Israel. We are now ready to take over the world. So this is the beginning, basically. So if you're new to, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, give us a thumbs up so we can continue and push forward. We are going to bring you lots of good information, quality information, so you can actually take that and trade it and become a better trader. So with me on the line, one of my favorite guys, Daniel. Daniel, say hi.
Hi, everyone. My name is Daniel, and like Mickey said, we are professional traders. I am one of the traders here at Mickey Stocks. And before we start looking at charts, I want to break down what's happening in the market today. A lot of interesting news today in the market. First thing I want to point out is that we don't have many earnings today. We only have two big companies that aren't that tradable. We have Ride and NDSN. Nothing really important, just earnings there. Later on in the week, we do have some interesting earnings with NVDA. The second thing I want to point out is that crypto has been very volatile over the weekend. This week we have Coinbase's, I think is their first ever crypto. I don't know, I forgot what it's called, but it's like a crypto meeting. They have FOMC speakers there, JP Morgan people, Goldman people, and they're going to discuss crypto in the future. So it's going to be really interesting to see for the crypto markets this week how institutions are going to, look and talk about crypto and what the Fed is going to say. Because as you guys know, the Treasury and Janet Yellen has been really anti-crypto lately, while Powell has been more okay with it. So hopefully this will tell us the future. But in the meantime, we want to look at volatile stocks and crypto. Names like Mara and Riot, those are some good trading ideas today. Next thing we have is everyone is talking about inflation. Inflation in commodities, inflation in the markets, inflation in the dollar, global inflation from the US to China. The Chinese government announced today that it's going to come down on speculators and market prices rising, and it's going to lower, leverage for banks and institutions. In the US, everyone is talking about we had like a gray rhino event this week. A gray rhino event is like when markets become crazy out of nowhere on different fears. Everyone is talking, and people are waiting to see how the government is going to react. So brace for some more market volatility and some more, choppy trading. But volatility gives us great opportunities. Next, we have a really big lawsuit today. Today is the final day for the lawsuit between Apple and Epic Games. Epic Games is suing Apple, saying that Apple has a monopoly in its App Store and is charging 30%. So this ruling will be historic because if Apple loses, it can really hurt Apple's margin because as you guys know, in the last 10 years, Apple's, revenue has less come from hardware and more from software. So if this goes through, then Apple has a serious problem. Last week, Apple had a really nice had trading charts and trading volatility and trading volume. So hopefully that will continue and Apple will give us some great opportunities. And Apple being the biggest stock in America, this will, carry over to the SPY and to other, stocks like AMD or other companies that help and service Apple. So those could be awesome trading opportunities. And we have also some global tax fear. Here's a personal favorite of mine, Space or Virgin Galactic, a great company to trade. They had their first successful space flight in 2 years, so that's really interesting. So we all see that Elon Musk and Tesla are going crazy, and now that SpaceX has a competitor, hopefully there'll be some some order flow into Virgin Galactic and have some nice market trading today. As far as oil goes, the Iran there is fear that Iran, as Biden is lowering the U.S. sanctions on Iran, that Iran won't actually be able to produce as much oil as they thought, which is causing oil to rise. Also with inflation, two factors there. And another news on a stock, another hot stock, Beyond Meat or BYND was raised to outperform by Wedbush today. So we all know that BYND or Beyond Meat can produce some good trading opportunities. So those are my highlights for today. Mostly, guys, I want you to focus on inflation for the next coming week and how different Fed speakers speak. We have a Fed speaker speaking today, and that's really going to guard institutional trading and how the market's going to move. As far as inflation goes, I can tell you personally that in the U.S., meat prices have risen about 7% as corn and other commodities rise too. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. And back to you, Mickey.
Okay, Daniel, sounds great. Lots of obviously good macro news that will push the market up or down. The FOMC definitely always moving the market. And remember, as traders, that the main goal is not to predict if the market will go up or down. This is not our main goal. Our main goal is to create scenarios, and when we see one of the scenarios that we've created, then we can act upon it. Okay, so all we need to do as traders is just find the news that move the market basically. So as soon as we got that, we can start building our scenarios, and from there wait for that scenario to occur. Let's go to the charts and look at the indices. At the beginning, every day that we are analyzing before the market open, we are looking at the basically the futures contract. So I'm looking at the Nasdaq right here, NQ, on a 4-hour chart. Also the Nasdaq right here, NQ, on a 1-hour chart. When we enter in the trade, like after the opening bell, I'm moving to a 1-minute chart. Below them, you can see the ES, the S&P 500 on a 4-hour and 1-hour chart. And here you can see the RTY, the Russell
Mickey,
2000. Yeah, Daniel?
I'm sorry, your screen. You have to share your screen. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I see that there is seeing my screen,
Oh, okay.
right?
Sorry. Yes. Okay.
Okay. So here, even let me put it here. And we can also see the VIX, the volatility index, in a 2-hour chart. I'm playing with it between the 1-hour and 2-hour chart. Let's go and analyze the Nasdaq for a second, because we had a great move last week and 2 weeks ago, and we will probably continue that as well. We reached the top, beautiful double top or triple top around the 14,000, just a little bit above it, dropped all the way down to the 13,000 and made like a double bottom basically, or a W shape. And from that point, as you can see, today we tested the same W position, and from that point started to climb higher. We can actually move this liquidity line to that area around the 13,800. So if we're crossing this area of the 13,500, then we still got plenty of room to the upside, and this is probably where we are heading, maybe just a little bit lower than that to the 13,750, but this is the area we should expect the Nasdaq to continue and try to reach that. Um, so anything that you want to add, Daniel, on the chart right now? What you looking at?
I'm currently looking at, different Bitcoin names like Mara and Riot specifically.
No, no,
Also NVDA.
I'm talking about the
Oh,
Nasdaq
as far as the
specifically.
Nasdaq goes, I don't really have anything special to add to you. I think you did a great job of the explaining the levels. All I want to look for is how the market opens up. In an environment like this, we could see, a kind of manipulation where the market opens up and skyrockets at the first open with some kind of volatility. Traders get chopped in, and then it just drops to a key level, as a rip and dip. And that's what I'm really looking for today. I'm not going to be trading the first couple of minutes to see how the market reacts. I don't want to get cut up and manipulated. So that's why we're here to keep on learning and to, keep on trading better.
Okay, great. So basically, one of the things, this is a 4-hour chart, so we still got plenty of room to the upside, and it could take us not just a day, it could take us a week or even 2 weeks to reach that. So in the middle, while it's doing that, it could definitely go to the downside, taking those stop losses out and then moving higher. So remember, if the price will continue down and take those stop losses, and you will see here like a inverted a candle, like reversal candle, you can definitely look for the upside here, maybe a breakthrough of this level, and then retest it as a support, and from that point look into the upside. So there are a lot of plays that you can go and execute while you're seeing the price moving higher on the Nasdaq. This is just the Nasdaq. I'm looking on a 4-hour chart, not always to execute there, but just to get the full picture for the week or for the 2 weeks that I'm aiming. And obviously, you can look also on the 1 hour chart. And if we're looking at the S&P 500, looking even better than the Nasdaq actually. Um, so we're reaching this resistance level around the 4,175, 4,000, sorry, 200. And if we'll break through that level, we can go much higher, at least to those levels of 4,210, and probably much higher than that, even aiming for the new high, like all-time high. But again, it's a 4-hour chart, so just pay attention and see if you have any other places that you can maybe execute a trade on the ES. Definitely, we will see some manipulation along the way. One thing that I'm checking as well in regarding to the S&P and Nasdaq is looking at the VIX, because we know that the VIX is working to the opposite direction. So if we are aiming that the price of the ES and the Nasdaq will continue higher, then we will probably see the VIX dropping down. Now, if I'm looking at the VIX, and it does look pretty bearish at the moment, we still got plenty of room to the downside, all the way to this liquidity area of 2070, 20.70, or about that. So we know that we are aiming to the downside, and then the market can continue higher. If we will break this level of 20.70, then we can expect it to drop even more than that to the 90s, 19. So plenty of room again to the downside, and this will strengthen our thoughts of the S&P and Nasdaq to continue higher. So these are the charts that I'm looking at the beginning. Let's go to the charts of the specific stocks that we wanna trade today. What you see on my charts right now is a 1 minute, 5 minute, and daily on the same stock, and SPY right here at the bottom right. Daniel, what do you got there?
I'm currently marking my levels on the QQQ, and I'm going through my list of charts for the day. Um, a lot of volatility going on in some names. Market is really, as I said, focusing on two sectors, which is space, SPSE, and other Bitcoin names, so Mara Coin, as well as PLTR. There's a lot of drama going on in PLTR because PLTR has there's talk of PLTR being put in the Nasdaq or not being put in the Nasdaq. So that's
Hmm.
kind of markets are waiting to see what's going to happen. But really interesting. Coin was at a IPO high of what 428 or something, and it was testing 200 last week, give or take.
Right.
So the markets are really, really getting, fearful on crypto and other kinds of assets. So those kind of things I'm looking at, where the volatility is at. So space, crypto, and anything with like Bitcoin related, like SQ, PYPL, Mara, stuff like that.
Okay, so let's go through them and look at space, for example. Like you mentioned, and the news was that the it had the first flight, right?
In two
First
years,
successful
first
flight.
successful flight in 2 years.
Okay,
Yeah.
so right now trading at 25.30. So what I'm doing is going to the chart here and aiming the next levels, basically resistance and support. So you can definitely see the close of the gap right here around that, let's see, 26.68. So we can do that as well. This is definitely a resistance level. So let's say if you want to trade space for today, you definitely don't want to buy it when it's getting closer to the 26.68. You want it to break through that level, retest it, and then go long. Or if you are getting in a lower price, then you know that you got plenty of space to the upside, at least to the 26.68. Obviously, you have this support level, the beginning of the gap around the 25. So right now we are trading just a little bit above that. This is the pre-market, as you can see on the 5-minute chart. So basically, what I would look for is right now, at least as I see it, break through this the resistance level, retest it as support, and from that point, moving higher. So this is definitely what I'm aiming for. Obviously, you will have a resistance level around the 28. So just make sure that you still got plenty of room, um, plenty of room to the upside. So you have like the right ratio to the upside when you're trading. And also we got the 200 EMA crossing here at around 26.15. So keep an eye on this one as well. So this is space. Let's see what else. You said the mRNA, MARA, right?
Mara, MARA.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what?
MRA and Riot and Coin are really, but I think personally the volatility, the spreads on Coin are pretty wide. It's a recent IPO, so the stock isn't that liquid at different levels. And if you want to get exposure or trade the crypto markets, I would recommend you trade more Riot and Mara. A, they're cheaper, and B, they're much more liquid and the spreads are much tighter. That's my 2 cents.
Okay, cool. So we can see Mara already at 21.65. Nothing to write home about. Yeah, pretty much consolidating daily. So I don't see a point trading it at the moment. Maybe around the 24. We still got plenty of room. Let's see how it will react, because that basically trading it in that range will be a bit more risky than trading it. Sorry, when it already broke through the consolidation. I like Riot, our IoT. We've been trading it for a while, obviously, and 23.60 at the moment. Probably, yeah, pretty much the same as Mara, moving sideways for the last week or so. Let's see if it break through those levels, and from there we will consider taking a trade. You said BYND also interesting. Beyond,
BYND was today
what's the
was
news?
moved Wedbush in when moved it from
Upgraded?
middle to yeah, upgraded to overperforming or whatever
Okay, that's
along those
great.
lines.
Okay,
So we
definitely.
have some
Yeah.
institutional interest in Wedbush. I mean in BYND. Some
So
bigger
yeah,
players.
probably my favorite news for a stock is upgrade and downgrade. You can see that most people are acting a little bit more aggressive when a company is upgrading stock. like when institutional upgrading a stock. So definitely, yeah, 112, almost 112, already above those this consolidation move. And look at this close gap around the 119. So we got plenty of room to the upside. I like it a lot. BYND. Okay, let's see if my scanner shows a few more stocks. By the way, back home, if you have anything else, any other stocks that you are watching, write down in the comment so we can check them out, analyze them together. Let's see if I got something else. Yeah, beyond pre-market. Okay, NGL now. Not a lot of move to the downside. I see Nvidia moving higher today. Any news on
Nvidia
Nvidia?
has earnings this week. It has earnings this week.
Right, on the, what's the
I think
26?
Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
aftermarket 26. But there is any news today for it?
No, I think it's
General?
just,
No.
volatility leading up to earnings.
Mm-hmm.
As we all know, there's a global semiconductor shortage, as well as, with the pandemic, a lot of people investing with, new products. And
Right.
Nvidia recently came out with their new card, so
Okay,
investors are
cool.
really happy.
I
Yeah.
see Reta coin. Let's check it out. 229. Okay. Okay. Pretty quiet for the beginning of this week. Not a lot of stocks moving strongly. We still got like 30 minutes, so we might see it a little bit closer to the opening bell. So, for example, so in this day, like as you can see right now, that we don't have a lot of momentum stocks. Obviously, we need to be closer to the scanners, so we can see that even let's say 30 minutes in trading, um, uh, we can look for just to run the scan again and see if there are other stocks that are popping. But other than that, this is a great day to trade the market, like the SPY, QQQ, IWM, or the futures, NQ and ES. So what we will look for either momentum to the upside, because we are understanding that the price, at least for a week or so, might continue higher, at least right now, as we are aiming. But other than that, we might have some reversal trades, so we will take it to the downside as soon as we will see the price reaching a resistance level, a major resistance level. So make sure you watch the ETFs as well. What are the your levels on Qs?
My levels are Q on the daily. I have, watching 327, and then I'm watching 330, as well as 336 on the daily chart. And those are my daily levels. Intraday level, I have there's a really strong support at 326.68, give or take, on the 1 hour chart, and then hopefully we can see a breakout on the Qs around 327 on the 1 hour chart. And then my next level is 327.40. If we have a breakout of 327, I think we're going to see the market trade in that range and maybe later in the day break out 327 and reverse downwards. But I think the market will stay in the range between 327 and 350. 327 and 327.50. I think that's going to be today's trading range in the Qs. My personal opinion.
Okay, so right now we're trading at 330 almost.
Oh, apologize, guys. I have a new trading software, and I guess my market data is an issue. But guys, I apologize.
No, no problem. So we can look at the levels here. If the price right now traded at around 330, then we got this gap the opening of the gap around the 332.75 should definitely act as resistance. This is a great opportunity to short either the Qs or to short stocks that are dropping down majorly and just need the push from the Qs. And obviously, when closing the gap around the 334.20, it will be also a great time to react and look for the downside. If from that point of 330 we will drop down, the first small level or at 328, then this major level at 326.80. Okay, I think we are ready. Let's put some lines on the SPY. I'm looking at 1H chart, just easier. Um, the visual is easier, nicer, instead of looking at the daily. And these are the lines you wanna look for on the SPY: 417, 470, 418, 17 and 18. Right now we are trading in the middle of them. If we will break through this 418, we got plenty of room to the upside, at least to the 420. So make sure you ride on that one as well, because there's a lot of room to the upside. In case we are dropping down, let's say dropping down maybe this level around 414, and yeah, and then the gap that is still open here at 412. So just make sure you have those levels so you can trade it easily. Obviously, you can use also pivot points as we do. As you can see on the pre-market, we had nice resistance level, support, resistance level right now from the pivots. So make sure you use them as well, besides the lines from the 1H. Okay, guys. So Daniel, if you have anything for closure, if not,
Um,
yeah.
I just want to say, guys, have a great trading day. We're going to be doing this every day, Monday through Thursday. We're going to try. And just, be careful. Markets being more volatile. Don't rush any trades. Don't rush on the open. And, just trade safe, everyone.
Okay, guys. It was a pleasure. We'll be in touch shortly. Take care for now. Have a great trading week. Bye.
Are we off?